Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome into the room. If you are here joining us in the Zoom room on Daily Antidote of Song, and welcome and thank you to you if you are joining live from Facebook, from the Facebook live stream. It is so lovely to have you here. So beautiful to see all of your faces. And I'm really pleased to be able to welcome into the space Dick and Cathy from Victoria, BC. They're giving a wave there. We will talk to them shortly. But first of all, I have to gear myself up for what I feel to be the most challenging part of being host on this show. And I'm so glad to be here with you. Me, Melissa James, welcoming you. So let me just go through and mention everybody that I can see in the room. Firstly, I can see Jo is here of Daily Antidote of Song. She's in New Hampshire. We've got Ariana in Los Angeles. Arlene in Berkeley, California, Linda, Orcas Island, Hoda in British Columbia. Hello, Pauline and Tommy in Newcastle. Woohoo! Trish, Victoria, BC. We've got Nan Hogan in Michigan, Susan in Cincinnati, Julie in Ontario, Canada, Mabel in Bear, Massachusetts, Neil in Boston, Massachusetts, Adele's on the iPhone. Hello, Dory and Ollie, maybe, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Ruth, Birmingham, UK, woohoo! Sue in Seattle, Carolyn, boys, James Harkless, hello, Jane in Texas, Laris in the UK, woohoo! Marv, I'm so sorry to be so biased, but Marv in Marin County, hello. Kathy in Colorado, hello to you. James, oh no, we said James now. This is where I get confused because I start saying the same names again. Kathy in Colorado, did I say you? I think I did. David and Elsie in Oakland, Busy in Cup DM Arts, Gary Pausner, Massachusetts, Anne Silver Springs, Fred Stolence in Silver Springs, LMG in CT, Athena, Brooklyn, Benet, I hope I've said your name correctly. Please excuse me if I haven't. In Berkeley, Aloysius in Massachusetts, Bob Lee, Elizabeth, California, Nancy N, Carolyn's iPad, hello. Carolyn Cross, hello. Kevin in DC, Kay in Ghana, oh wow. Storm in the universe, or Zoomiverse, I should say. Linda, Massachusetts, Anne, Don, Clive, Ruth in Birmingham. I can't remember if I said you already, but regardless, it's very good to have you and everybody here. Thank you so much. This show can be nothing without all of you joining us. And of course, as I've said already, a special hello and welcome to everybody who's watching Facebook Live as well. And if you're watching again a day or so, or whenever it might be later, then thank you for doing so. I'm so glad to be here again today with you all, and I'm so glad I get to, one of the best things about doing this is I get to meet so many different people, but especially through the discussion of music. And today I get to welcome Dick and Cathy into the Daily Antidote of Song room, and they are coming straight to us from Victoria, British Columbia. What's it like there? How are you?
Hello.
We are well. It's still early-ish here.
And it got down to just about freezing last night, but it's bright and sunny. Mm-hmm. It's a lovely day.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to be out singing and walking. Right. We do a thing on Thursdays at noon. So it'll be a crisp morning, but not too cold.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Lovely to see all the familiar faces. Some folks that we met here come to our Wednesday evening singing online that we did last night. And I just want another little shout out to Kevin Ennis. Great to see you.
Yes.
And of course, great to see everybody. But
well, I really want to find out about this singing and walking, but I'll pause myself, and maybe we should hear from you with your first song for us.
Sure.
It's by a woman, Samara Jade, who we hope to bring to the Antidote in mid-January. Yay, I think 15th.
Some people know Samara.
Samara Jade, yes. For people wondering, Samara, she'll tell you more about her name, but that's what you call the winged seeds that fall from trees. Like, of course, here we've got those, like what we call maple keys. Those are known as Samara. But anyway, the song we're going to sing is one of hers. It's called Right Place, Right Time. I don't know, do you ever feel like you're in the middle of something that feels like, a giant wave crashing down on you and you'd rather be somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Ever? So
But then there's no choice, and you've got to ride it.
you gotta ride it. So this song has 3 layers. Will help you catch on to them. She wrote this after a surfing lesson, which I think there were probably several waves that crashed down on her.
Yeah.
But you can wish the world to be other than it is, but here we are. So what are you gonna do, right? And things come and go, and yeah, the words speak for themselves. I'm sure they'll be in the chat. Here we go.
Let's just, there we are.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Right place, right time. Good.
Here we go.
I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride. Try it.
I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride.
Once more, lock it in.
I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride.
Next layer. Crazy world, crazy time. Gotta let go of what ought to be and hang on for the ride.
Crazy world, crazy time. Gonna let go of what ought to be and hang on for the ride.
Once more. Crazy world,
Crazy time. Gonna let go of what ought to be and hang on for the ride. Ebb and flow, rising, falling, ebb and flow, rising, falling, ebb and flow, rising, falling.
Grab a layer.
I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride. I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride.
I believe that I'm in the
Crazy
right place at the right time.
Crazy time.
This wave is
Gonna let
crashing
go of
down
what ought
and
to
it's the
be
one for
and
me
hang
to
on
ride.
for the ride.
That I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride.
I believe that I'm in the
Crazy
right place at the right
Crazy
time. This wave is
Gonna
crashing
let go
down
of
and
what ought
it's
to
the
be
one for me
and
to
hang on for the
ride.
ride.
I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. Rising, and it's the one for me to ride. I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride. I believe that I'm in the right place at the right time. This wave is crashing down and it's the one for me to ride.
Wow. Oh.
We hope you found a layer and we're singing three-part harmony with us.
Yeah. That is beautiful. That's a really beautiful song. I hadn't heard that before. Thank you so much for bringing that to us today. It surprises me again and again in a beautiful way. Just how you don't need to do much to create a good song. It doesn't have to have multiple lyrics, and it doesn't have to have lots of different choruses or lots of different verses and a bridge, and it doesn't. I mean, we can have that and that can be beautiful, But sometimes when I'm sitting to write, I sort of think, oh, it's not long enough. I need to add
Yeah.
more, or whatever. It doesn't have a bridge. What am I going to do for the bridge? And it becomes
Yeah.
such a stress. And actually, sometimes it's okay for it to just be a really simple, a powerful message, but said really simply. And that
Yeah.
really demonstrates that.
And with lyrics like that, that really they bear repeating, and why not sing them over and over?
Yeah.
And in the community choir world that we're part of, more and more of these layer songs, short 4-bar, 8-bar things with 4, 3, 5 layers. There's so much going on out there nowadays, and some of those songwriters have been showing up here in the Antidote.
Absolutely. Yeah. You make a really good point. When it's a really good message, I can't remember how you said it. If it's a really good message, then you just want to keep repeating it. So it becomes, I always feel that it's a bit like a mantra. If if
Right.
I'm if I'm teaching a line that is just love is I can't remember, love is the center or something, then that's something that we can always be reminded of again and again and again and again and again. So it is
Absolutely.
worth
Yeah.
repeating. It
Yeah,
is.
when you think about it, you think of so many cultures that have been around for so long who have a practice of chant. I mean, various kinds of sacred chant, and the wisdom in that. And then people came along and made it. I mean, there's some beautiful complex songs out there that do have verse, chorus, bridge, intro, outro, etc. But sometimes, whew, remembering, yeah.
Less
There's a
is more
lot of power
sometimes.
to that, especially when you're teaching groups. And I think when, I've really begun to latch onto that much more recently. In the beginning, when I started teaching groups, I would, print out these lyric sheets and I'd hand them out and then everybody's looking down at their sheet and trying to make sure that they're reading the right line. So you're not seeing faces and they're not really able to fully engage immediately. And when you teach one simple line or two, and you just repeat the simple melody, but then you add the layers, like you said, everybody's in it straight away. And even the person that might feel, oh, why am I here? I haven't sung since I was in school, can immediately feel like they've got it, that
Yeah.
because there's not too much to have to remember. It really is such a powerful thing. So tell me about yourselves. Let's hear about you. I've not come across you before, so I certainly would love to hear more about each of you and what you do with your choir.
Sure, I'll say a little bit. Together we direct a choir called the Gettin Higher Choir here in Victoria, which was founded in like 1996 by Siobhan Robinson. And Siobhan, I mean, who has always loved singing, got great inspiration actually from Frankie Armstrong, who is, we discovered in like earlier when we were before coming on that Melissa and we are all part of the Natural Voice Network, which is based in the UK. So anyway, Frankie Armstrong was just encouraging people just to tap into their own singing voice as it shows up in the world and how beautiful singing in community can be. And so we've, through Siobhan and learning about the Gettin Higher Choir and, becoming part of it and then becoming the co-directors of it, we're just, like many people, spreading that work in the world, reclaiming singing as just a thing that we all can be part of and how important that is.
And with Siobhan and Dennis Donnelly, who co-led the Gettin Higher Choir for some time. Dennis might even be here, but they led the choir and then started the Community Choir Leadership Training Program, which brings in 14 students each year for a 2-week intensive program. And in the last few years, Cathy and I have joined Dennis to lead that. And so that's the other big thing that we do.
Amazing.
That's right. And shout out to Marv, who we
Hey,
saw
Marv.
in the room. And there may be more people who have come through that program, but it was sweet to see your face pop in the room.
That sounds
And
amazing. Who is that for? Is that for people who are just coming into the work of leading groups, or is it for people who might have been doing it for a long time but just want to get other ideas? Who do you expect to come on to them?
Yes. So
both, all are welcome. You can find, there may be links to the Community Choir Leadership Training in the chat there.
But mainly it's like for people who have who recognize the importance of this kind of work in the world and who want to do what they can where they are and branch out to see that that it grows and spreads. So there's all kinds of different forms it can take, right from a person living in a small community really wanting to gain the confidence to host a regular song circle in their own home, and then maybe take it out to the community hall, and then maybe have a big sing, a gathering. Or there might be people who who really want to make this their livelihood in the world. So there may be like multiple choirs. I'm thinking of a woman who came through the program years ago, Tina Filipino, who lives what we say up island, who had 3 different nights of singing, each of which might have 100 people come, and that has like spawned all sorts of things. And now she's got this amazing work where she works and is paid through the Ministry of Health, and she does singing programs online. And people like Marv, who's in California, who is spreading all kinds of joy and connection through his work and inviting other people to participate in it. And so that's there's kind of a core level of skills that help people to come into it, and then it grows from there.
And it grows from there. And tell me, what drew you both into doing this work? What was the thing that got you started into running community choirs?
Well, it was sort of one step at a time. We each had different careers beforehand, and the opportunity came up. Cathy learned about the CCLT, the training program, and she took that in 2016, and then I took it in 2017. And next thing you know, we got an offer from Dennis and Siobhan that they were both thinking to retire from the 3 nights a week rehearsing to do a little bit less intensive choir leading work. And they offered us to take over the choir. And that was an amazing opportunity, and we couldn't turn it down. And since then, we just kept it going.
And I'll say, for me, growing up in a family that did sing together, like on summer holidays, on road trips, around campfires, and in church community, I grew up, in that world. And I just thought it seemed to me that that's what just people do together. So I would spontaneously, bring friends into singing in various contexts over my life. And then, fell away from singing in choirs because life got busy. Then, joined various choirs. But when I came to the Gettin Higher Choir, I remember the first practice feeling like I have come home. And I'm sure that's partly because of Siobhan's influence through Frankie Armstrong and the work of Esai Barnwell and Polly Bolton, various people that she'd, who are spreading this. And it just felt like, how can I bring more of this into my own life? And would host some, we'd have sectional rehearsals in our house, and it just felt so good. It was like, okay, must get more of this in my life. So it turned out that it was, maybe 3 or 4 times a year we'd host gatherings, and it was like, this is too important. And my other day job, which was fine, but it was like, how can I pull the plug on that and do more of this? Because I know it feeds me, and it feeds so many people, and it just felt it was the pandemic that really clinched it for me, because it really helped draw in what are the priorities. Life is too short to be spending this many waking hours doing something that I don't actually love. Of course it helps pay the bills, but you know what, we'll figure out the bills. And this is too important. And it sort of feels, some people will this is going to sound melodramatic, all right? But it does feel like the Gettin Higher Choir and the CCLT and singing in community saved my life.
Oh,
gave me
a wave of the
life.
hand if you, Totally. Can I just say, you said so much there, and my heart is beating faster at all of it. But there was a point where I was running a weekly group. I don't tend to run groups regularly anymore. I do pop-ups, but I was running a weekly group, and I was at this particular point, I was going through a really difficult period, and there were just some weeks where I was just like, I just don't know if I've got it, to get there, especially if it's winter and it's dark and it's cold and all of that. I'd just rather, curl up in a ball at the side of my room and be by myself. And I'd push myself to go, and I'd come out and I'd just be like, thank you for that. like I didn't know how much I needed it until I got it. I didn't know the medicine that it brought to me until I received it. It was just unbelievable. Just and it, yeah, it saved me. It saved me.
Yeah.
We feel the same, and we hear people in our singing groups say the same. They drag themselves in and come out energized, and we feed from that energy as well.
Yeah.
You know, Samara Jade, to come back to her music, you heard of Samara one time, and then met up with her when she happened to be passing through Victoria visiting her mom.
Yes.
And they were both happened to be traveling here. Cathy met up with her for 10 minutes on the front step somewhere.
Yeah, on the front porch of the Airbnb she was staying in. It was like, I've got to at least go meet this person. So we had this 10-minute chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not entirely out of the blue, but it was like we had this was in February. We had our February guest artist, but it was, chatting. It's like, so what are you doing in June? Want to come up and sing with us?
Yeah.
And so, because she lives in the US. But anyway, we booked her for our June concert.
To be our guest artist. We did some collaborative songs with her. She did a set. That's the usual way that we do things. And some of her songs, she does compose long form songs. There's some absolutely brilliant songs on her earlier album.
I keep pointing this way because she's put together this gorgeous songbook with many of her.
Does she still have copies?
I don't know. I think she thought, well, I'll be really, really, really ambitious and I'll print 200 or something, and then boom.
The words and chords for the keyboardist or guitarist to play. And we have another song of hers that we wanted to bring, another short song to bring.
Yeah.
And we think it's the chorus of her song. Yeah. It's called Many Voices Together. The chorus is what came to her first, and then she has, there's much more to it. But it speaks, just how the deep gratitude that we feel for community singing. Like, thank you, Jojo, for coming up with this idea. Like, this community that sustains so many of us on a daily basis. The lyrics will be in the chat, but just to speak them, it just says, these songs have wings that lift us where we need to go and cut the strings that tether us to grief and woe.
So help us sing of a better world that we will know if we can bring many voices together. Just notice the triple rhyming of internal things in there as you're singing it. Just gorgeous lyrics and music. We really, really appreciate her. And we'll bring her here in January.
Yeah. And I love the way that, I guess it would be Ariana doing this amazing tech support, bringing more people onto screen as we sing this for ourselves and to each other.
These songs have wings that lift us where we need to go and cut the strings that tether us to grief and woe. So help us sing of a better world that we will know when we can bring many voices together. These songs have wings that lift us where we need to go and cut the strings that tether us to grief and woe. So help us sing of a better world that we will know when we can bring many voices together. These songs have wings that lift us where we need to go and cut the strings that tether us to grief and woe. So help us sing of a better world that we will know when we can bring many voices together. These songs have wings that lift us where we need to go and cut the strings that tether us to grief and woe. So help us sing of a better world that we will know when we can bring many voices together. Many voices together. Many voices together. These songs. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, thanks to the songs, thanks to the people that we can sing them with.
Thanks to all.
Oh, thank you both. Thank you to you. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, my heart feels full. Just been learning those songs, connecting with you through the songs, sharing the songs with everybody that's here. It's just so beautiful. You know, those lyrics really hit the mark. So thank you so much for choosing to share those in this space today. Oh, wow, lots of hands and lots of people affected. I can see. So it just remains for me to say on another Daily Antidote of Song. Oh, what show are we on? We are on show 1698. Is that right,
Yeah.
Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on show 1698 on this Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Thank you deeply to Joe for bringing this show to us and for continuing, for persisting in making it part of all of our lives. I know it's made a difference to me to be able to connect with people in this way. And I always love being able to be here. So thank you. Thank you to you for that. And thank you, I should say, to everybody who's here. I'm going to take my time and go through each of the names. But before I do, I should just let you know what is coming up on the next few days of Daily Antidote of Song. So we have oh, hold on, let's go down. So we have what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 29th. We have Aileen Vance. Aileen is coming to us from California. She's on tomorrow. Joanne Hamill will join us on Saturday. She's from Massachusetts. And Fabrizio, I don't know why I feel I need to try and imitate a terrible Italian accent, but Fabrizio Camerata will be joining us on the December the 1st, and he comes in from Italy. So do join us, whether in the Zoom room, live and in the Zoom room, or whether live and on Facebook, or whether later on, do join us. But it's always great if you can join us live, really, if you can. That's the best thing. So it just remains for me to say another big thank you to both Dick and Cathy, who have come to us from British Columbia. Deep gratitude to you for bringing those songs to us today, bringing your
Thank
energy.
you, Melissa.
Pleasure
Thank
to
you.
be
So
here,
good
Melissa.
to meet you.
Thank you all.
Oh, so good to meet you. Thank you so much. And now I have to take a deep breath and whiz my way through all of the names. Please bear with me, and please do forgive me if I happen to say your name wrong, or if I happen to say the place name wrong or get something wrong along the line. It's never intentional. I'm trying my best. Okay, so we're going to go through and say thank you again to Joe, who's in New Hampshire, Ariana, Los Angeles, Arlene in Berkeley, California, Linda, Orcas Island, Pauline and Tommy in Newcastle, David and Elsie, Oakland, Susan G in Cincinnati, Neil in Boston, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Sue in Seattle, Kevin in DC, Carolyn Boys, Jim in what is MD again? I've forgotten MD.
Maryland.
Maryland, that's it. Linda in Massachusetts, Jane in Texas, Laris or Laris, apologies, in the UK, with all the beautiful hearts behind you. They're gorgeous on the tree. Marv in Marin County, Benet in Berkeley, Martha in Oregon, Clive and Ruth in Birmingham, Mabel in Bear, Massachusetts, Storm in the Zoomiverse, Don and Curly Tops in VT, Vermont, Hoda, British Columbia. Now I get confused because we switched to the next page. Kevin in New Hampshire, Nan, Michigan, Dory and Ollie, maybe, Cathy, Colorado, Gary, Massachusetts, Delhi, MD, which I've just forgotten again, Fred, Silver Spring, and Silver Spring. Aloysius, apologies if I said your name incorrectly, Massachusetts. I can't quite see the name because it's hidden by the number. Bonnie
Bonnie
Boy.
and Boise.
Bonnie and Boyce. Okay. Busy, Carp DM, LMG in CT. Where's CT? Mary, Carp DM, Athena, Brooklyn, Bob, Bear, Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California, Nancy, WA State, Carolyn Cross, Kay in Ghana, Anne, Nashville, Kat Cox in BT, Joe's family in New Hampshire. Hello. The Daily Antidote Tech team. Well, thank you hugely to all of you. And I don't think I did miss anybody, but if I do, please accept apologies. But I don't think I did. I think I got you all. I think I said you all. So thank you so much. Thank you for being with us all today. Please go well. Please take care of yourselves and do join us again for the next episodes of Daily Antidote of Song, which comes up tomorrow, 12 p.m. ET. Go well. Thank you.
Thank you.